Yo, what's up guys, and here, welcome back to another tutorial. We're going to be doing South Sudan this time. So, last video, it was at the end of it, some people might have clicked off. We did Sao Tome, Equatorial Guinea, but we also did a little bit of the border of Cameroon. I'm going to fly over it. This is 4 blocks, by the way. I'm going to fly over it just really quickly, and pause if you need to, and copy that if you didn't see it at the end of the video because you clicked off too fast. Now, anyway, we're going to go over here. I'm going to be completely honest with you. This is attempt number 2. I messed up on my other attempt. This is attempt number 2. I'm going to be so honest with you about that. So, yeah, let's try not to mess up this time. Anyway, we're going to go down to this bottom right corner of the Central African Republic. If you obviously don't have the Central African Republic, go back to part 1, you know? Anyway, so go down diagonally 5 times. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Should look like this. Remember, keep looking back at the screen every now and then to make sure that you have done it right. Go down with a tall 2. Go down with a tall 3 with 2 blocks connecting off of it to make an L. Go down with a long 2. Go down with a 1. Go down with a long 2. Go down with another long 2, but add a 3 on top of it on the right. So it should look like this. Sorry. Break that block. It's supposed to be a 2 and a 2 on top of each other. Anyway, speaking of 2s, go up with a long 2. Then go up with a 4. 2, 3, 4, and go down on the 4th one. Should look like this. Go down with another long 4. Up. 2, 3, up. 3, 4. Go up with a 1. Go up with a tall 2. Go up with a R. So it looks like this. Now we're going to take a moment here. We're going to just grab green concrete for now. Go to the top right of this R. Place 3, break the first 2. Place 3, break the first 2. Place 3, break the first 2. Alright? So it should look like this. You're going to grab white and place 3, break the first 2. Place 3, break the first 2. Place 3, break the first 2. You're going to go back to green. Place 3, break the first 2. Place 3, break the first 2. So it should be 3 green, 3 white, 2 green. Okay? 3, 3, 2, like that. You're going to go to the bottom white and go off of it to the left. Place 3, break the first 2. Place 3, break the first 2. Place 3, break the first 2. You're going to grab white. Place 3, break the first 2. Place 3, break the first 2. Place 3, break the first 2. You're going to grab green, place 3, break the first 2. So it should look like this in total. Now you might be wondering, what is that for? I'll show you what it's for. You're going to grab light blue. Sorry, I look away for one moment. That was my bad. You're going to go to this light blue that we grabbed here before. By the way, if you think something is better for a color, use it. Don't just use a color because I said it. If you think something's better, use what you think is better. Go down to this light blue that we placed in the Central African Republic video. We're going to go up with another long 2, like this. We're going to go up with a 1. Okay, we're going to go up with 3 long 2s. 1, 2, 3. The reason we did this, now you could see, is just so I could make sure I'm doing it right. Because I'm going to be so honest, when I messed up somewhere horizontally and it couldn't get the triangle correct. So we're just going to redo it as, well, we already are. And figure out here, you know, how to do this. So which is why I'm doing the triangle now. We're going to do the outline in a moment. We're just going to get the outline of the triangle. Actually, before we continue on with the outline of the triangle, let's go to the top of the flag, or top of the country real quick. So find this spot in the Central African Republic, because I just remembered that I need to get the other side of this done real quick. So go up with a long 4, place up on the 4th block, go up with 2 long 3s, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, like this. Go up with a 5 to the place of 3, 4, 5. Place a light blue in the middle of that to make sure that it is 5, so you don't have to count it later if you messed up. Place a tall 2, place a 1, place a long 2, place a 1, so it should look like this. Place 5 going up, 2, 3, 4, 5, place 1 coming off to the right, place a light blue in the middle of the 5 block, so to make sure that it is 5, grab light blue, and you're going to place 3, break the first 2, place 2, break the first 1, add another to that, and then place 2, break the first 1, and then you're going to place until you overhang by 2, and you're going to place down 3 blocks. Hey guys, just popping in to say that I messed up here, so don't copy what you see on the screen, because if you do, you're going to have to place everything 1 block to the right later on when I realize that I messed up. So what you're going to do to fix this, in the area that I have circled, you're going to push the 3 blocks that we placed down, 1 to the right, and connect it with a corner just like on the other side. So it should be perfectly symmetrical to the 5 blocks on the left, except that it's 4 blocks total on the right. It should be 1 shorter, but perfectly symmetrical on the top. With the way that we have our safety blocks, copy the distance from the one on the left to the black block to the one on the right to the black block. So have it be black, 2 water, light blue, water, 2 light blue, water, light blue, 2 water, black. And make sure you connect the corner just like on the other side. Don't copy what you see on the screen. Do the fix that I just told you, move it 1 block to the right. So it should look like this. It should be 1 shorter on the right than it is on the left. You're going to place 2 1s down. You're going to place a tall 2. You're going to place 3 1s, like this. You're going to place a 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, long 5. Place a blue in the middle to make sure that it's 5. You're going to then go down with a 4, long 4, 2, 3, 4. You're going to go up with a long 2. You're going to take your side, light blue, sorry. You're going to place 3, break the first 2. You're going to place 3, break the first 2, add another one to that. Place 3, break the first 2. You're going to grab black, place 3, break the first 2, go down. Now go back to this long 2 over here, and place diagonally in place until you overhang by 2 and connect diagonally. I know I'm going really quick, but that's because I want to. So just follow along, pause the video every now and then, maybe even lower the speed on the video, and just keep looking back at everything we've done. You know, keep looking at the screen, sorry. And yeah, so basically this is where we're at now. Let's continue. And we're going to go down with a long 2, but we're going to place 1 coming off to the right. We're going to take our light blue, place diagonal to this black here. We're going to, place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2. Now we're going to place black until we overhang by 2, and we're going to go up by 1. Should look like this. Now we're going to go up with a tall 2. We're going to go up with 2 1s, like this. Now do me a favor. Grab light blue again, place 3 coming off of this block right here, grab your white, place 2 coming off of that, place a line of white equaling right here, and light gray as a placeholder block right here. This will be black, but we're placing it as light gray so it doesn't get confusing with the border for now. And since Sudan is also black up here, if you want, when this video is done, I might even do it, all this light gray, you can keep as light gray, and you can either not fill in this part of the flag, or you can fill it in black, because the bottom of Sudan will be black whenever we do that. So it might get a bit confusing, so if you don't want it to be confusing, leave this as light gray or unfilled in, okay? You will see which area would be the black area, the South Sudan flag, if you don't know it already. Now, we're going to grab our light gray, don't know why I grabbed light blue. We're going to go to this top black block, place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2. We're going to go up diagonally and place black until we overhang by 2, go up by 1, and then place 3 more blocks on top of that, and it should be 5 blocks tall, so you place a light gray to make sure that's 5 blocks. Now, watch what I do here. We're going to place 3 to the right, break the first 2. We're going to go down, place 3, break the first 2. We're going to grab white, place 3, break the first 2. We're going to place 3, break the first 2. We're going to place 3, break the first 2. So it should be 3 white and 3 light gray. But the light gray is in an L. Okay? And then underneath this white, place a red. And to the right, to the left of this red, place 2 light blue. Now, let's see. We're going to go over here to this 3 light blue over here. We're going to place 3 long 2s. 2 and 3. So that's 3 long 2s. We're going to place a 1. Okay. We're going to place 2 more long 2s, but one of them should be, yep, the one that we already placed. Alright. And then this will be a 1. So we're going to keep all those placeholder blocks there, and we're going to go right back down to the bottom of the flag, and we're going to be doing this section all the way up to that green block. So let's figure that out, yeah? So right here, above this white in this line, should be a 1. So let's place 1. Then 3 long 2s. 1, 2, 3. So now we should be over that white. Yes, we are. Now we place another 1. Then we place 2 long 2s, sorry. And that's the second. Now we place a 1. And we're going to even place a white right next to that. Now we're going to place 4 long 2s. And the top one should be past this block right here. Oh, like this. Alright, and just for future reference, this block up here will be 1. So I'm going to hover over this, and you're going to recreate it how you see it, alright? Just pause when you need to. This is what it should be. Alright, and in fact, we're even going to go up with 2 more long 2s. Off this 1 that we placed. And we're going to place 1 more 1. So we should have this. We're going to grab white. Underneath this long 2, we're going to place a line of white. Underneath this 1, we're going to place a line of red. We're going to go find this white. We're going to place a line. We're going to find this green. And we're going to place a line, not nearly as long, because I don't want to hit that reference block that we have, since I had green here. So just copy this exactly how you see it. And if you need a little help, you can go back and rewatch parts of the video. Now, before we continue that bottom part of the flag, I do want to continue making this triangle. So we're going to do everything leading up to the triangle. And I do have a lot of reference and placement blocks that we're going to be placing soon. But we're going to go back up to this 5 here and place 2 overhanging. So it should look like this. We are going to then place 2 long 2s above, and 2, should look like this. We're going to place a long 3 coming down. We're going to place a long 2 coming down. We're going to place a 1. We're going to place a long 2. We're going to place 2 1s. Should look like this. We're going to place 3, a long 3. We're going to grab light gray, pressed every block but it. Then we're going to place the light gray on the 3rd block here. We're going to place 2 more light gray to the right and break the first one. Now we're going to place until we overhang by 2, like this. Now we're going to go up by 3 1s. 1, 2, 3. We're going to go up by a tall 2. We're going to go up by 3 more 1s. 1, 2, 3. We're going to go up by another tall 2, but first we're going to grab our green. On this top 1, we're going to go 2 blocks out and place a green here. We're going to place 3, break the first 2. We're going to grab white. We're going to place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2. We're going to grab green. We're going to place 3, break the first 2. We're going to place 3, break the first 2. We're going to place 3, break the first 2. Alright? This will come in handy later. So just do it. Don't question it. Now we're going to go back to this tall 2. We're going to place a tall 3. 2, 3. Oh my gosh, there we go. Then we're going to do 2 1s. 1, 2. Then we're going to do a tall 2. Then we're going to do a tall 1. Then we're going to do 2 tall 2s connected to each other, like this. Oh, there we go. So I'm going to quickly fly over everything we have done so far on the top. Just pause if you need it. You know what I mean? So let's go back over here. So we're going to grab light gray here. We're going to go on top of this block, place 3, break the first 2. Place 2, break the first 1. Place 2, break the first 1. Now we're going to go diagonal to the left. So left, that's the west. And we're going to place until we overhang by 2. Like this. We're then going to go up diagonally to the left with a tall 2. We're then going to go up with another tall 2, but we're going to overhang a little bit. Oh, we're going to overhang a little bit, so it should look like this. And this section looks like that. You're going to grab light gray. And on the third block, you're going to place this. The third block, not the corner. And then you're going to place 1 to the side. And you're going to place until you overhang by 2. So it should look like this. Then you're going to go up with a tall 2. Then you're going to go and take your light gray. Place 3, break the first 2, go up diagonally with your black, place until you overhang by 2. Like this. Then you will place, take your black here, right? Place 3, break the first 2, connect the corner, go down 1. I know that was not the easiest way to do that, but I wanted to do it differently. Anyway, we're going to go down diagonally and place a long 3. I found one part on the flag of the reference image that I did not prepare already. I'm so sorry. I was so busy with everything else, I forgot to do that. Alright, then we're going to place 3 blocks going down this way. Tall 3. We're going to place on the third block a light gray. We're going to go down, place 3, break the first 2. Now we're going to place until we overhang by 2. Okay? So it should look like this. Recap that section. We're then going to grab our light gray. We're going to place 3, break the first 2, place another one under that. Then we're going to go diagonal and place until we overhang by 2. Should look like that. Now we're going to place 8 1s diagonally to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hell nah, 8. Man, I'm sorry I lied to you guys. I'm so sorry. This is supposed to be 3 down. Like this. So basically, just break the top of everything and place downwards. So like this, okay? We're going to break all these ones and we're going to place them in a moment again. You can even fix your reference blocks real quick by placing them 1 lower. So now let me hover over this and just copy what you see here to fix it. Okay, so now we're going to go back down to this place and place 8 1s diagonally. See, even I messed up. So 3, 4, 5, no, and 8. So now it's in line. Now you might be wondering, back to what I was trying to say. You might be wondering, but these reference blocks aren't in line with this. Well, they weren't supposed to be. Take from the green here, place 3, break the first 2. So now, but that's 9 1s. Well, too bad, because it's a long 2. So 8 1s, and then a long 2. And it is in line. See, this is why we place reference blocks, because had I not done that, I would not have known that's where I messed up. And I still don't know where I messed up in the last attempt at this that you never see, because I deleted the footage. But whatever, you're going to take your light gray. On the first block of this long 2, go down by 3, break the first 2, place 1 under it, grab your black, and place until you overhang by 2. Like this. So let me really quick recap, because we did mess up here, but I diagnosed the issue pretty quick. So I'm just going to go all the way to here, and that's what you should have. You should have paused if you wanted to check. Now we're going to go down to the left and place 5 blocks. 2, 3, 4, 5, okay? And we're going to place a light gray in the middle to make sure it's 5. We're going to go to the right 2 blocks on this bottom block here. You're going to grab your white. In the middle, you're going to go down by 2, break the first one. Alright? But now, on this third block, you're going to go down until you reach that point. You're going to go up until you reach this point with the light gray. You're going to grab yellow. You're going to place yellow on the opposite of this white block. You're going to place it as well right here underneath the gray block like this. Alright? And here's why. You're going to place one more black on top, and you're going to place two more black on the bottom. So it should look like this. If yours doesn't look like this, you're doing it wrong. Now grab your white. And if you place in this line, from this middle section that connects both of those lines, if you place to the left in a line, you should meet up with that block. So we're going to actually break one block on the side of that, because we're going to want to remember that that's a reference block. So now we're going to continue our line uninterrupted, and it is in line perfectly. So again, make sure there's like that gap in between there so you remember that that's a reference block. And we're even going to do the same here. We're also going to keep the same gap in between, just so the thing, you know, we can easily spot our reference block. Now it should look like this, basically. And everything from that light gray line above will be black, but it's probably best that you just leave it unfilled in for now, until we do Sudan, okay? If you want to fill it in black when we're done here, don't fill it in now. But if you want to fill it in black, you could. If you want to fill it in light gray, so that when we do Sudan, you can still see the border, you can do that. You know, do whatever you want, but not yet, because we still have to finish the outline. I mean, look at this. We're not even close. Now, grab your red. Go to this block. Place 3. Break the first 2. Place a line coming out to the left here. Oh, sorry. And we're also going to keep doing this. Place 2. Break the first 1. Place 2. Break the first 1. Okay. Now we're going to go down diagonally to the right and place until we overhang by 2. Alright? And we're going to place 1 to the left. I'm sorry, I lied. We're going to overhang by 3 and place 1 to the left. This is what it should look like. So there should be a 2-block gap from that bottom red to the black. Should look like this. Pretty easy to follow. I'm so sorry. We're going to go down diagonally with a long 2. We're going to take our red, go to the right 2 blocks off the top one, and then overhang by 2. So it should look like this. We're going to go up with a long 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to place a red in the middle of that to make sure it's 5. We're going to go down with a long 2. And then we're going to place 3 blocks down. So it should be 4 blocks tall, but 3 blocks not connected to that. Now, do me a favor. Grab your red. Actually, grab your green. Place a green block here. Grab your white. Place 3. Break the first 2. Place 3. Break the first 2. Place 3. Break the first 2. Okay? Place your green now. Place 3. Break the first 2. 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 Wait a minute, that's 4. Sorry. Okay, hold on. Wait, break the last one. So it should be 3 green. Sorry, my bad. Now, we're doing it again, but with white. Place 3. Break the first 2. Place 3. Break the first 2. Place 3. Place 3. Break the first 2. There we go. So it should be 2 white, 2 green. So 1 green, 3 white, 3 green, 3 white. From right to left, Arabic style. Should look like that. If you don't have it looking like that, you're doing it wrong. Do me a favor. Actually, don't do me a favor right now. Not yet. Now, we're going to go back to this black. And we're going to go down with a tall 2. We're going to go to the left. And we're going to place 3 more down. We're going to go down to the right with a tall 2. We're going to place 2 more blocks coming off of it. Grab your green. On this block, place a green. Place 3. Break the first 2. Place 3. Break the first 2. Alright? And we're even going to grab light blue. Place 3. Break the first 2. And you might be wondering, why is there a random light blue right here? You not remember that line? What are we doing? Okay? Now, we could do this section. But we won't do this section in between here. We will just try to do this section here. So go back to this one. Okay? And then you're going to place 3 long 2s to the right. So 1, 2, 3. You're going to place a 1. You're going to place 2 long 2s. 1, 2. You're going to place a 1. And then you're going to place 3 long 2s. Actually, no, don't place the 3 long 2s yet. Don't. But we have done this section correct. We won't do this section for just a moment. So, really quick, we're just going to say, screw all this right here. We're going to do a star. Alright, it's almost Christmas. And you know what a Christmas tree needs? A star. So what we're going to do before we build this star, find this block in the Central African Republic. This block right here that my crosshair is over. Alright, you're going to place a green to the right of it. You're going to place 3, break the first 2. You're going to place 3, break the first 2. Alright, now you're going to do the same down here. You're going to find... I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. I lied. Break the green. Sorry. It's actually this one right here. Yeah, you can see how I mixed it up. You're going to place a green block there, then place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2. I don't script these, alright? If I mess up, I mess up, and you're going to watch me mess up, and I'm going to fix it for you, okay? After you mess up too. Now we're going to go down here. You see this block where we had our reference image here before, but now it's here now. You're going to place a white right here. Actually, let's place green so it contrasts with the white there. Now we're going to go up and place 3 with white, break the first 2. Place 3, break the first 2. Place 3, break the first 2. Alright, now you might be wondering, what are these for? Well, we gotta build a star. And we're not even done, by the way. I do just gotta mention, we're not even done with the reference images here. We're going to go find this block right here. Alright? We're going to place 3 off of that, break the first 2. We're going to place 3, break the first 2. We're going to place 3, break the first 2. We're going to grab green. We're going to place 3, break the first 2. We're going to place 3, break the first 2. We're going to place 3, break the first 2. Should look like this. I'll go quickly over our reference image. Alright, reference blocks. And guess what? I lied to you. We're not even done with the reference blocks here. We're going to find this block right here. We're going to place 3, green, break the first 2, and we're even going to have one connected like this. Alright? So that is it for now with the reference blocks. We will place more when the star is done. So grab your yellow. And I don't know if I had this like this already from the Central African Republic video, or if I added a few blocks because whatever. But yeah, place in this shape if you don't have it already. Then we're going to go up by 1 to diagonally to the right. We're going to go up and along 2. We're going to go up in 2 1s. We're going to go up in a 2, long 2. And we're going to go up in a 1. Now we're going to basically mirror it. We're going to go down in a long 2. We're going to go down in a 1, down in another 1, down in a long 2, down in a 1. Now, this is basically where that part of the star is, you know, not cropped, but there's parts of the star that's cropped over here. Well, to that I say, we place a long 2. We place 3 1s. Oh, that was an accident. Oh my god, place it. Thank you. So now, you should be 2 blocks off of this. You should be basically 1 block off of this. You should be 2 blocks off of that. So just copy. This is why we use the reference block, so you know that you place it right, but this is what it should look like. Alright, anyway, yeah, we're going to be going to this bottom right block here. Alright, we're going to go up by 1. And then we're going to go to this block right here. We're going to go up 3. 2, 3. Then on the next level, we're going to go up by 4. 2, 3, 4. Alright, and then on the next level, we're going to go up by 3. 1, 2, 3. Then on the next level, we're going to go up by 4. 2, 3, 4. Alright, so it should look like this. 2, 3, 4, 3, 4. Okay, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4 from bottom to top. Now we're basically going to go do the same thing over here, but we have a different start point, obviously. So from this corner block, you should have a place right there, in line with the green on the Central African Republic. You're going to go up with 4. 2, 3, 4. You're going to go up with 3. 2, 3. You're going to go up with 4. 2, 3, 4. So this is what it should look like. Our Christmas star is almost done. It's not a Christmas star, but it's almost Christmas, so I might as well call it that. Now we're going to go to this left one. And we're going to go up to the left with a long 2. Alright? Then we're going to go up with a 1. Then we're going to go up with a long 2. Then we're going to go up with 2 1s. 1, 2. Then we're going to go up with a long 2. Then we're going to go up with 2 1s. Now that should be 2 blocks off of our reference blocks from before. You remember those? That I misplaced and then had to replace them, and I told you to replace them? Should be 2 blocks off of that. Now we're going to grab some more reference blocks. We're going to place like this, and place 1 up and break the first 2 here. So you should be 2 blocks away from that corner, but 1 line above it. Now to the right of this, place 3, break the first 2. We're going to place 2, break the first 1, place 2, break the first 1, place 3, break the first 2. Alright, then you're going to grab your yellow again. You're going to place 3, break the first 2. So it should look like this. Now we're basically going to do that over here. So let's try this again. We're going to go to this right side. We're going to go up with a long 2. We're going to go up with a 1. We're going to go up with a long 2, if I can place it in the right areas. What is wrong with me? We're going to go up with 2 1s. We're going to go up with a long 2. And we're going to go up with 2 1s. It does look like we're in the same line because, remember, this line is the one above. This line under it must be the right line. So we're going to do the same thing, but in the reverse. 2 blocks, go 1 up, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2, place 2, break the first 1, place 2, break the first 1, place 3, break the first 2, take your yellow, place 3, break the first 2. This is what it should look like. Alright, it should be perfectly symmetrical on both sides besides the bottom left corner, which is cut off by the other flag. Okay? Now you're going to go to this left one. Actually, you can also connect it to at the bottom to each side. So let's do that real quick. Let's just quickly connect these up. Alright, now anyway, back to the left one here. We're going to go up 2 blocks. Okay? And we're even going to match it on this side. So these should be 3 blocks above the line, but 4 in total. Okay? Now we're going to, on both sides, go up with a long 3. Okay? Do this on both sides. We're going to do that again. Okay? Do it on both sides. You might see what's happening here. Now do it again on both sides. And now do it one more time in the middle. So it should look like this. Alright, well, I'll do a quick flyover. Alright, and just fix everything in the way that you see it. Pause if you need it. I'll even do this so you can see it even better. I am so sorry. I'll put a disclaimer on the screen when I place that block. So hopefully you would have realized, and I'll say when to cut to, so that you can come to this part of the video. But if you didn't see that disclaimer, I am so sorry. So, you know, that sucks for you and sucks for me too. So, oh, I even forgot some blocks to place. Hold on. Just place them along with me here. It's these blocks. Oh wait, no, it's supposed to be one lower. There we go. I'm so sorry. This country has been whooping me lately. It's been absolutely whooping me. Again, this is the second attempt. So at least I caught it this time and I knew where it was. So yeah, just place everything 1 block to the right. Hopping in to say, remember, I told you to do the fix earlier in the video. So if you did the fix earlier in the video, you don't have to break anything. You don't have to place anything to the right 1 block if you did the fix earlier in the video. So just rewatch the section that just happened here where I fly over everything and make sure that you placed everything in the right spot. And if you did the fix, you don't have to move everything one to the right. But just make sure anyway that you have it in the way that I have it on the screen in this previous section. Everything on the bottom is fine though. Everything on the bottom is fine. Everything on the top is just off by 1 block. So that sucks. But at least if I never did the star, I would have never realized. Anyway, so yeah, this is what it should be. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. It's also really late and I should be asleep or whatever. So basically, the star is done. That should be yellow. Don't fill it in yet. If that one thing right there didn't prove to you that you should not fill it in until you know it's right, I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, go to this right point of the star, and with green, 3 blocks, break the first 2. Place 3 blocks, break the first 2. Place 3, break the first 2. Grab your white, place 3, break the first 2. Place 3, break the first 2. Place 3, break the first 2. Grab your green, place 3, break the first 2. Place 3, break the first 2. Place 3, break the first 2. Also, yeah, I didn't mention it, but you should have also moved every reference block over 1. So you know. And you know what I just remembered? This is supposed to be white. So place a white on top of that red line. Anyway, moving back over here. Grab your white, place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2. Okay. And see, that's why it's good to have reference blocks. I would have never realized that if I didn't see that that was lopsided. Anyway, place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2. Oh. So you should have a line like this. Coming off the point of the star, 2 block gaps in between, 3 green, 2 white. So now we're going to take light blue, and we're going to go back here. And we're going to now do this section of the flag. This is why I didn't want to do it yet. And hell, it would have been wrong even if I did do it before. Anyway, we're going to go down in the long 2 3 times. So that's 1, that's 2, and that's 3. Should be equal with the middle white block. We're going to go down by 1. We're going to go down by 3 more long 2s. 1, 2, 3. This green block is in line perfectly where it's supposed to be. We're going to go down by 1. We're going to go down by 2 long 2s. So I have actually done this part correct this time. This is what it should look like. All these reference blocks were for a reason. So now one thing we can do, now that we know this upper section is actually correct this time, sorry for that, I'm sorry for messing up before, now we can place in a red line, and surely where we placed that red block before is in line, yep. And I'm even gonna just do this real quick so that I can place the white line above. So everything in between these 2 white stripes will be white, don't fill it in yet. Red, black, but we haven't figured out the bottom of the red. Well, actually we have, it's right there, but we haven't got to that point. So let's try getting to that point. Now that I know this is all right, because we could do this section, but there's still one more area of reference blocks that I want before we do that. So now go to this 3 right here. Thankfully my mess up was an easy fix. We're gonna place 5. Place a red block right here. Make sure it's 5. Place 2, long 2. Place 2 diagonal. I'll try not to mess up like that ever again, guys. I'm so sorry. Then we're gonna go down with a long 2. Place 2 more down, so it should be 3 connected to a 2. Now we're gonna place a long 2. Grab your green. Grab your green, actually. Place 1 underneath that long 2. I'll even float up real quick so you know how this is supposed to look. Okay, cool. That you should have that. Go to the green. Place 3. Don't know why I even placed that 4. Break the first 2. So you should be 2 blocks away underneath that. Grab your white. Place 3. Break the first 2. Place 3. Break the first 2. Place 3, break the first 2. Now you're going to grab your green, place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2, you're gonna grab your white, you're gonna hear this in your nightmares. Place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2, you're gonna do this one more time, place 3 green, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2. Should look like this. Alright? And now, if we've done this right, theoretically, if we come back up to this little point right here, this should be 2 long 2s going down. Sorry for that. 1, 2. Should be a 1. Anyway, we're going to place 3 more long 2s. 1, 2, 3. We're going to place a 1. We're going to place 3 long 2s. 1, 2, 3, and we're going to place a 1. So let's look at our reference blocks. That is in the right spot. Let's go. We got a W. So now there's just this little part, and we're actually going to do it real quick. We're going to place 2 long 2s. I don't know why I did it once and looked away. It's supposed to... There we go. We're going to place a 1. We're going to place 3 long 2s. 1, 2, and 3. And it does connect up. We've done it right. Let's go. After that massive mistake. Hey, I'm sorry for wasting your guys' time. I really am. Now, what we're going to do, there's 2 challenging sections on this. We're going to leave the more challenging one for last. So now, what we're going to do, we're going to go back up to this 2. We're going to place a 1. We're going to grab yellow, and we're going to place a line of yellow coming off of that. We're going to place another 1. We're going to place a line of red coming off of that. So that would be the yellow for Ethiopia, the red for Ethiopia. We're going to place 8 of these in total. We already placed 2, so let's place 6 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Take your red, and now this is to test if we've done it right. Place 2 red underneath it, and go to the left until you meet up with that red line we placed earlier. And there we go. So we have done it correct in the right height. Now let's quickly get the white part of this done so that we can connect our white line. On the right of this red, place 2. Go down with a long 3 2 times. Underneath this long 3, place a white. Above, on the top long 3, place a white. So you should be able to go in a line and meet up with the white on top, obviously, because we saw with the red that it will actually line up with it. Okay, now this one, okay, I did put the line, that's good. Let's see if I've done this right. Just place in a line until you meet up with the previous white line at the bottom here. And we have done it. Now we're going to quickly finish this side here. Now we're going to place 2 more long 3s coming off of the white section here. So we place 2 more. We're going to place a green line underneath it and attach the green line to each other. I also blame my mistake on the fact that, break it so you realize what's the reference block. I'm going to blame my mistake up there on the fact that I was rushing it because I wanted to get that done. Anyway, I'm so sorry. Now we're going to go back, we're going to place a 2 coming off of that long 3. We're going to go down by 2 1s. We're going to go down with a long 2, place 1 on the right, place 1 down, place 3 more on the right. Like this. And this isn't even South Sudan, but place 1 like that. Now, we have a job of a really hard section of the flag because it's hard to count. So before we get to that though, we're going to go back to this R we made earlier. We're going to go down in a long 2 and then down in a tall 2. Alright? Take your green. Go to the top right of this long 2. And now just follow along with me here. Place 3, break the first 2. Place 3, break the first 2. Grab your white. Place 3, break the first 2. Place 3, break the first 2. Place 3, break the first 2. Grab your green. Place 3, break the first 2. Place 3, break the first 2. Place 3, break the first 2, grab your white. Place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2, grab your green. Place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2. Grab your white. Place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2. And now we're going to do this one more time with green. Place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2. And we're going to do this one more time with white. Place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2. So let me hover over this so you can see what it's supposed to look like. Okay, it is 3.5 whites almost, and 4 greens. 2 blocks apart, 3 of each besides the last one, which is 2. I'm also going to quickly, I realized I didn't do it, I'm going to quickly hover over all of this so that you can see it. Make sure you did it right. I'll do one more quick hover when we're done with the outline, and then I'll tell you what to do. So from this white, we're going to go to the right one, down one. Alright? Now we're going to keep going up diagonally to the right. Alright, just keep going up diagonally to the right until you reach that diagonal. So now from there, alright, so from this block right here, it should be 11 up. So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, nope, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so it is 11 up. Now, let's go do the rest of the bottom here. So from this tall 2 that we placed before, place a 1. From that, place a tall 2. From that, place another 1. So it should be 2 1s so far. From that, place a tall 2. And from that, place a 1. Now place 2 long 2s, go down diagonally. Place another 1, but place a block underneath it. Grab your green. Place a green right here diagonally to that backwards R. Place until you overhang by 2. Grab your green on the block under the other green. Place 3, break the first 2. And now place until you overhang by 2. So it should look like this. I'm gonna hover over that. Alright. Now from the second to last block, place 1 down. That's gonna be for the DRC Uganda border. No. Yeah, Uganda, yeah, I was right. Now from this block, we're gonna go up 2. 1, 2. We're gonna go up with a long 3. 2, 3. We're gonna go down with a 2, down with a 1, up with a 2. So it should look like this. We're gonna go up with a long 3, and down on the last block like this. We're gonna go down with 2 1s. We're going to go down with a long 3 and place 1 up. We're going to go up by 1. We're going to go up by a long 3. Don't know how that happened. We're going to go up by another long 3. I know that was a whole lot of words and a whole lot of nothing showing you, but this is what it should look like. Alright? Now we're going to go up with a 5. 1, 2, 3. Place a green on the middle. 1, 2. Alright? Now we're going to go down with a 3. Alright? Now we're going to go down with a long 4 and place a block up on the last one. And now this is where it starts our diagonal. But first let's place 5 diagonally up, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we place 5, and then we're going to go down by 1. Why are we going down by 1? Because that's the Kenya-Uganda border. We're even going to go down with a long 2, and we're going to go down with 3 more 1s. 2 and 3. So it should look like that. Now we're going to connect it. So it should be 7 blocks. Okay, let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, we have done it correctly. Now let me tell you what to do as I hover over this one more time. Pause if you need it to see did I do this right? Just pause whenever you need to see it. What you're going to do next, I will actually recommend you that you don't fill in the top of the flag black. And I recommend that if you're going to fill it in, do it in the light gray as a placeholder. Or if you don't want to break all that and refill it with black later, just don't place anything at all in there. So what you're going to do, you're going to fill in these white lines. And you're going to place all white here. You're going to even break all the reference blocks as well. Place all red here, all blue here, all yellow here, all white here, all green here. So excuse me for a moment while I go do that. Again, don't fill in the top of the flag with black. Alright, now remember, do not fill this up with black, just leave it the way it is. If you already removed the replacement, or the reference blocks, that's fine. But this is how the country should look. And when we do Sudan, you'll be allowed to fill that in with black. We are not doing Sudan for a while though, so just leave that blank. And if you want to know how to do a flag map of the world, I showed you how to do it at the end of the first video. Remember, don't make the same mistake. Use empty maps instead of empty locator maps. In the next video, we're probably going to be doing Uganda. But until then, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out. See you guys.